Stefan. This is his little story, a true story,
Based on true events.
based on true events, but they're not actually real. Just kidding. They're real. Years ago, this was pre-COVID, when I would bring my TV over
Yup.
and we would play Fortnite, and then we would obviously go to sleep at some point, but then you would wake up around noonish, and I would always hear, "Tss," and you would just guzzle the 2 liter.
Oh, yeah.
And now you've lost, what is it, 70 pounds?
70 pounds.
So to start us off, what changed?
Well, I was fat. Now I'm skinny.
Right.
No, so what ended up happening is back then I definitely wasn't like, so just as an example to give like everybody like kind of a thing here is like it was back then in 2019, I probably was approaching 300 pounds, but I wasn't exactly 300 pounds. Like I was probably like sitting around 270.
Yeah.
Maybe I would say maybe 275 or 80, something like that. But then as the years went on and a lot of stuff happened, like I got engaged, back in 2020, and then I was losing weight. Then I got down to 230, which is where I'm at right now, because I was more motivated to like work out and look good in a suit. And I was actually shrinking, like my what I call my fupa. Just my little gut. It was shrinking significantly, like it was tightening up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it also helped too that my dad had like a gym that it's gonna sound weird, but like so the house that they bought had gym equipment down there from Laura, my stepmom's ex-husband, that he left behind.
Mm-hmm.
So I used that on top of a game for the Nintendo Switch called Ring Fit Adventure. And that helped because I played that game for about 4 hours a day. And I would just not do it all in one session, but I would do like maybe like an hour or two, or like an hour, take a break, do another hour, and then before bed.
Right.
And I did that for at least 6 to 7 days a week. And that's what actually helped. I didn't do the gym or anything like that, but I did cut back on like fast food, pop, and everything. And even like I used to come by here. And like you remember the Starbucks vanilla drinks I used to bring too? Like yeah, I used to buy those a lot, and they have like a lot of sugar and everything.
And calories.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, this tea doesn't exactly help because it's got like, but this is like a dessert for me because I don't like, this is actually like my second Arizona tea this month.
Put it down.
It's got 90 calories, but it's 160 calories per serving or per can, which this is 160.
I think it's 90 per serving, and then the other one is probably the full can.
Yeah, and so like I cut back on Arizona teas drastically too, because I used to buy like a 12-pack of like the small cans, and I would sometimes buy 2 or 3 of them just so that way I didn't have to go out and buy more. And it adds up with all like the fatty foods I was buying.
Right.
But what ended up happening is after the engagement fell apart, I just kind of let myself go and I didn't care. So I told myself though, like, I'm not going to care, but I'm not going to get up to like anything past like 300 if I can help it. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I don't want to be like on 600-pound life. So, and
but you could have been famous.
I could have been, but
For all the wrong reasons.
All the wrong reasons. You're right.
Yeah.
So I kind of let myself go to like approaching 300 pounds. And then I got to a point where I was sitting at a little over 300 pounds. Like I think I was like 305 was the highest weight I've ever gotten in my life, actually, is 305, somewhere around there. It was bad.
Dang.
I had like right now I still have like a double chin kind of thing, but that's from all the weight loss with all the loose skin. And I'm trying to tighten it up by doing a little bit more of hydration with water more.
Yeah.
Like, so what I do is after 8 o'clock is, except for now, obviously, but after 8 o'clock, I drink nothing but water, and I do like intermediate fasting from like 8 p.m. all the way till 8 a.m. the next day.
Is that difficult?
It is on a work week, but like if it's like the days that I have off or like on a Saturday going on to Sunday when I sleep, like I could even go past 10 a.m. if I wanted to.
And you do that every day though, right?
Yeah, I do it every day. And again, like cutting off fast food, like I haven't even been to McDonald's in like a minute. Like it's been a while. that I've been to like Burger King or McDonald's or anything like that. And I don't even consider like I mean, me and you just got back from like Texas Roadhouse a little bit ago, but like
Yeah.
we're eating chicken, steak, and whatever, like things with high protein. And I'm doing the gym too regularly.
High protein, good fats.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and so I go to Planet Fitness.
Except for them rolls.
Yeah, the rolls are the only downside. But yeah, we have like water and stuff like that. Like even if pop is available, like at work, if they have like a party, I'm like, sure, I'll have like a slice of pizza or two. But then after that, like I cut it off completely because I'm like, I know like I can handle at least maybe 2 more slices or 3 more if I really wanted to. But I'm like, I think 2 slices is good enough.
See, you got me there because when I work at Jets and they bring back mess ups, there's almost no self control for me. If it's free pizza, I'm just gonna keep eating it. So I have to.
It's hard.
It is. It's something that I have to work on. Like you say, you can stop at 1 to 2 slices. Me, it's like
even with the Arizona tea right now, like again, I don't even keep my mini fridge downstairs like stockpiled with them anymore. Like I'll go to the liquor store where they sell the black tea because that's the one I like the most and has the least amount of calories in it.
yeah.
But like I'll buy like maybe 3 at most. That's it, and then that's lasting me the entire month. So I don't go out and buy more or anything
3
like that.
tall ones?
Yeah, 3 tall ones. That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If that's 3 a month, I don't think is
No, that's not.
harmful.
And that's like my dessert pretty much. So if I'm like after dinner, instead of like going for like a chocolate or something like that, even if again that's available, like I'm okay with like a cheat day, like every now and again.
Yeah.
But I really do when it comes to certain things, like and my goals are set, I have self-control and self-discipline for it. Where again, excuse me, if like my brother goes out for Popeye's chicken sandwiches and stuff, and yeah, the deep fried chicken smells amazing.
Yes, it does.
And it gets to that point where I'm like, oh my gosh, like my mouth is watering, and all I have downstairs is like bananas, apples, and I just have like maybe a bowl of cereal or something like that available. And I'm like, man, and he's like, yeah, you want to come upstairs and have like half the sandwich? And I'm like, it's chicken, sure, but it's like it's deep fried chicken. And then the buttery buns and like everything else they they throw on there, and the fries and the drink too, like a Dr. Pepper they usually get. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll just stick to like a banana. Otherwise, too,
You say no to Popeyes?
I've had to because it's that self-discipline.
Yeah, that's a strong mind.
Yeah. And the other thing is too is what I have also done is if I do have a craving and if I can't help myself, like, and I know like I have, let's say chocolate milk or something like that available as an example, and I'm like, I know that's a lot of sugar and whatnot, and I'm like really tempted to drink it, but I'm like, also I know I'm bored. Or even if I do have like a fatty food down there, like let's just say it's like Oreos or something stupid,
Yeah.
like it would be at that point where I've gotten peanut butter because I know if I like, that's still like pretty, I would say decent on the sodium and all that other crap on there. But I only do like maybe 1 to 2 spoonfuls and then that's it because I know I'm bored and that peanut butter is going to fill and make me feel full. So that way I don't have that craving anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I've done also for self-discipline is so that way I don't have that temptation to, if they got chocolate cake upstairs or I feel like going and getting a chocolate shake, I'm like, nope, I'll just get 2 scoops of peanut butter. I'll have that real quick and then just down it with water.
Yeah, I can't keep any of that stuff stocked here, like Oreos, because otherwise it's just.
Yeah. Like, and it's hard. And especially like too, for just anybody for like to lose weight and have that self-discipline, especially when like that's been your lifestyle. Like I remember at my old apartment, the one that you saw before I moved out, that one, I like kept Chef Boyardee cans. I kept ordering Little Caesars almost weekly. And then I had like 2 liters of pop. I had 1 of Coke and like 1 of Mountain Dew or whatever. And Oreos, all these fatty foods that like, I mean, I know I'm going to eat it. And it's cheap, but at the same time, like it's not healthy. And all I'm doing is really, I come home and I work and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I do. But obviously now it's different because now I'm going to the gym 5 to 6 days a week. And I think I found out too that it's not, it sounds weird, but like it's not too bad to go 5, 6 days a week. But like people are saying you should go like at least 4 to 5 because there's those days in between for like muscle build because you don't want to like go to the gym 7 days a week because you're not giving your muscles time to like.
Yeah, you definitely want a rest day.
Yeah. So I'll do Sundays and I'll do uh Thursdays is my day of rest
Uh-huh.
if I'm doing 5 days a week. Otherwise, like I'll just pick a random day in between, like for a third day if I just feel like going 4 days a week.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to stick to at least 5 days a week.
I would say I'm not a health expert, obviously. I don't have a degree in anything. But I would say like 4 to 6 days a week is prime.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it feels really good to go 6 times a week.
Oh yeah. No, I've had moments where it's like a weird high that you get.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're feeling really good. Like I've gotten that high, and I honestly, if I'm bored at home, and you know me, I'm a gamer. Like I love playing video games and stuff. But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, if I feel like I just like I don't want to play games, but I'm like bored at home, I'm just like, okay, gym. You're going to the gym. And so I just put on my stuff and I just go right there and I at least go for an hour. So
you can put the video games down and then go to the gym.
yeah, I can. Yeah, and you would think it's been weird of the drastic change that I've done because you know me, I'm a video game nerd, an addict in a way.
Yeah.
And I play video games a lot, but as I've gone on this weight loss journey, it's been drastically different where I'm not playing video games as much and I'm like doing other things. Like I'm focusing on my artwork and I'm focusing on like just again, I guess you would say not really, but really like mental health, like focusing on that. So like I'm not induced in video games, like where I'm just staring at a screen 24/7 kind of thing.
Right. Would you say that amping up your physical discipline, like the gym, has translated to other disciplines in your life?
Yeah. So, because again, before when I was like 300 pounds, like I literally just wined and dined on video games and junk food and just I didn't want to go out. I was fine with sleeping in till like 11 or 12 o'clock in the afternoon because I would just stay up late because all that junk food just stays in your system.
Yeah, and it makes you lethargic.
Right. And now the only way that I stay up late, like past midnight, is if I'm like really into a drawing that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like there's been times where I've sat there and I've just lost track of time because I'm really into a piece of artwork. Like you see some of my artwork that I do, and I'm really into it. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to go to bed and finish on this note because I feel like I'm gonna forget it and not have that same, inspiration, to do it. And again, ever since losing the weight, I found like I'm more focused on things. I'm more disciplined in other areas. Like again, like not gaming as much or not like. Again, going out for fast food and falling for that kind of thing. Even with just being around the family more, like I'm still like kind of there at my brother's place, but I'm there more than what I was, where I was just downstairs being isolated. That's the other thing too, is since losing 70 pounds, I've noticed that I'm a little bit more sociable.
Yeah.
At work because and even outside of work too, like I find it more like I'm more comfortable with the way that I am right now, and I still am trying to lose the weight. I'm still trying to get down to at least maybe 220 or 210 if I can. It's just really difficult because everything happens on the inside first before the outside.
Right.
Because the one drastic thing people do when they lose weight is you lose the water weight first.
Yep.
So that could be 50 pounds, 40 pounds, whatever. And then from there, it's everything else on the inside. So you may still have, like, for me, I still have a gut.
Yeah.
It's not as big as what it used to be, but it's still, like, noticeable. It doesn't hang over my belt like it used to. I'll say that much. But it's, again, it's a little deceiving still at times. Like, that's one thing I have trouble is, like, looking in the mirror and seeing, like, yeah, there's still that loose skin there. But at the end of the day, I know that on the inside it's shrinking. It's just going to take time. And I've only been going to the gym too since like, I would say when I really started going and disciplining myself was like late November, early December last year. That's when I really started getting disciplined into like actually going. And then it's just been continuous of me going. So it's going to take, obviously, I would think like maybe, like, I'm not saying 3 months, but you never know. But like, I would say like probably another half year or something like that
Yeah.
to really notice if, as long as I keep being on the dedication,
Yeah.
rails or whatever, to that weight loss goal, and then just tone everything up from there. So, but I've also noticed too at work, I'm able to do a lot more things, and I don't like, like, like I'm not panting or running out of breath or anything
Yeah.
like that. And also too, like, it's also easier with breathing too.
Yeah.
Because I
Yep.
used to have where I'd have to breathe out of my mouth because I wasn't getting enough oxygen through my nose. But now it's like I can comfortably just like sit. It was weird because you have to almost retrain yourself for this stuff. It's like if you were big like I was and you have a waddle when you walk, or like if your feet hurt or they were like stepping to the side, like I did, like my left foot would just be like at an angle because it was trying to support all that weight when I was
Yeah.
walking.
Mm-hmm.
But I've retrained my feet now to like walk straight and my legs to be straight, and it works. Like, I mean, I feel less pain. I'm not limping anymore. I mean, yeah, my feet still hurt, but it's like a different kind of hurt. Like, yeah, I'm walking on concrete. It's not like I'm walking on concrete and carrying 300 pounds of weight.
Yeah. Why do you think that it has made you more social?
It's more of like at that point, I think confidence,
Mm-hmm.
because most people, even if you're skinny and you're a 10 out of 10 Chad, some people will think like they're not good looking or they just aren't that kind of, like, maybe somebody will judge them. And for me, it was like I knew people liked me regardless of how big I was, but it was just more of like, why are you talking to me? Like, I'm 300 pounds. Like, I'm not attractive. I'm not like the most like, hey, let's go outside and like go on a hiking thing. I still don't want to do that right now. But I mean, like,
You
what
will.
yeah, I will. And it's just like at that point, it's like I didn't feel confident in myself with like carrying a conversation. And now it's
Oh,
where,
because the thoughts in your head were like, "Why are you talking to me?"
yeah, like
Okay.
like I'm not like one of the popular kids or anything like that kind of
Yeah.
motivation or whatever you call it. So then after losing the 70 pounds, it's like a drastic change. Like, people are noticing. They're like, hey, you want to hang out and stuff. Like, people look at you different too, which is great. Like, they could still look at you as you're big because you got a good personality. But then it's like, if you lost that weight too, like, people do. They're just like, dang, you look like you lose weight. Like, my hoodie and shirt that I wear for work now looks like a dress on me because I was a 2XL. Now I'm back at like an XL,
Okay.
which is good. So there's still certain things I can't wear, and the jeans right now, it's kind of a weird in between because like I know my waist is shrinking, but I still can't like go a size down. Is weird. Is like it's like a weird in between. So like I'm a 36 right now. I was a 40. So it has shrunk.
That's good.
Yeah, it's just right now I'm kind of stuck at that 36. And that's where I'm like also too at the weight. I'm stuck at 230. But again, people have to realize like you may be stuck at that certain weight for a minute, but like if you keep going and you keep with that determination of like dieting, cutting back and whatnot, whether you do like a carnivore diet or something like that, like some people do, or if they go vegan or whatever, like you just keep that. It's all in here, is what it is. It's all in your head.
Yeah, I would just say eat good,
Mhm.
healthy food and obviously watch the calories, because if you're eating too many calories, even if it's good, healthy food,
You can overdo it.
You can still gain weight.
Mm-hmm.
Where were we? You're talking about the dieting.
Yeah, the dieting with like being all up in the head is where.
Yeah, up in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'd say you reached a plateau right
Yeah.
now where it's kind of like that flat line. So
Yeah.
you're not really going up, but you're not really going down.
Exactly. Like if
Yeah.
anything, I go up 1 pound and I go down 1 pound kind of thing. Like it's
Yeah.
a weird in between. So it's just like, yeah, I'll be sitting there sweating bullets at like Planet Fitness. Like when I'm on the treadmill, the Stairmaster, doing like the leg press and everything like that. But yeah, and then I go home and I wait like maybe a week or two to see like the weight progress, and it's still at 230, and I'm like, the heck happened? you know?
Yeah.
But again, it's the body trying to get rid of that fat and try to move stuff around because you're tightening your muscles and it's like stretching them out so that way you stretch out. And that's the hard part. I would say the hard part is getting started if you want to lose weight. I'll say that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I was going to the gym at first with Elizabeth and Brian for maybe 2 to 3 days a month because I was just like, I don't want to. It really was. It was that mentality.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? All right, they're asking me a couple more days, so I was like, all right, I'll go with them. Whatever, it's fine. And then it just got to the point where I was like, you know what? Hey, you guys want to go? And then we go. And so right now, like what I was telling you is I go right now. Brian got a different gym membership somewhere else. So
How dare he?
I know he goes to Crunch. But he also doesn't really hang out with us as much anymore. But then, I mean, at work, I still talk to him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, me and Elizabeth, we go to the, I'm not going to say what Planet Fitness, but we go to Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of good times. Like we use the what is it called? The poles with the feet thing. The
elliptical?
Yeah, the elliptical. Yeah. I had it earlier. Yeah, we use that, and it's easier on the joints too, since we both walk on concrete like all day for like 10 hours plus. And then otherwise I'll use the treadmill if like she shows up later or something like that. And then we go to like, hey, so do you want to do core? Do you want to do arm? Do you want to do leg today? And we'll be like, all right, well, I did arm yesterday. Oh, I did arm yesterday. All right, we'll do leg or we'll do core. And we'll just be there like helping motivate each other and whatnot. And it's really nice. And she's been doing pretty good too. She she had a lot of weight on her too at one point, and she slimmed down a bit. Like it's a drastic difference of how much better she looks too. And I can tell mentality wise too. Like, I mean, I've known her for like years. Like we were managers together where we work now. And then obviously I just was like, yeah, no, this ain't me. So now I'm back at like something I like, and it's a lot less stressful. So we both like have just like, we know what's happening in each other's lives kind of thing. So it's like she right now is going through a tough time, but she's still going forward.
Yeah.
It's a motivation. And even too, the gym is a great stress reliever too. Like,
oh yeah.
I've noticed too, if I had a really stressful day at work or just like at my brother's house where I live, like if it's stressful over there, or I'm just like, okay, John's starting stuff today, or the kids are being loud, or the baby's crying, or whatever, I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the gym early, and I'm just gonna stay there a little bit longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because I'll usually try to go like around like maybe late, like not late night, but like around like maybe 6-7 o'clock, and then at least stay for an hour. But if I get out of work early enough, like 4 o'clock or 4:35, then I'll just go right then and there.
You go with the 5 o'clock crowd?
Yeah, it's not that bad at the one I go to if I'm by myself.
Yeah.
But if I go to the one that me and Elizabeth go to, it's still crowded, but it's a lot more spacious, and they have a lot more machines there
Yep.
to like use. So really, even if you went at 4:30, 5 o'clock, like right there where everybody's getting out of work and going straight to the gym, it's really not that big of a deal because you have a bunch of machines, and people actually like to work out at that one compared to the one that I go to by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, people just take selfies, and they don't care. They don't even look like they know how to use the gym equipment. Like, granted, I'm a newbie at the gym too.
Also, it's Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I like it though because of the Black Card membership. Just because you get the hydro chair and everything else.
It is nice because there's so many of them around, and it's cheap, but it also is like not a real gym.
Right.
I use it too, just because I don't need to get like huge.
Right. You don't need to look like Terry Crews.
Right. I'm not trying to get that big. Like, I just don't care. I'd rather just be healthy and fit.
Right.
So I think it does good for that.
Yeah. And for me, I don't have anything at home, obviously, to do. But
well, it's also more social to go to a gym and work out. Even if you're not talking to people, you're still around them. And so it gives me a little bit more motivation because I'm out and about instead of just in my garage or in a room.
Right. Well,
with weights.
even too at that point, now that you mention it, like when I was going to the gym the first time by myself at Planet Fitness, it was honestly like terrifying.
Yeah.
Because beforehand, again, I was like not social at all. Like I wasn't antisocial, but I was like not social at the same time. It's like, again, a weird in between where it's like, yeah, if somebody strikes a conversation, I'll talk to them, but I'm not going to go out of my way to talk to people.
Right.
And at the gym, everybody's there to work out. So unless I'm like, hey, can I borrow that machine? Like that's what I'll do. But again, outside of work, like I could talk to somebody waiting in line at the grocery store or something like that. I could just be like, hey, how's it going? Like I like your coat or something stupid like that. And so the first time I went by myself, I was terrified because I wasn't as big as I was before I started going, but I was still big and I thought I was going to get judged. And I know they have that thing where it's like it's a no judgment zone and stuff like that. But
Right.
it was just more of the social anxiety on top of they're going to see a fat guy on a treadmill trying to run. But again, and this is going to sound bad too, but that same day that I went, there was an even bigger guy. Like he was probably 450.
Wow, Stefan, look at you judging.
No, I'm just saying as an example. It's like you
Right.
never know who's going to be in there. And
Yeah.
even if you are like, you're toned and you got a six pack and everything else, like that doesn't necessarily mean that you're healthy either.
Right.
So, because I know a guy named Ben that I used to work with at Walgreens who was just like that. And he was like, dude, I hate running. Like, I can't run for like 2 seconds. Like, and sometimes he would have to like get from one side of the store to the other. And he'd be out of breath. And I'm just like, dude, what? And
Yeah.
he ate healthy and everything like that. And he's like, yeah, I'm still out of shape. Just because I'm skinny doesn't mean like I'm out of shape or I'm in shape or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I'm still not in shape, but I know that I've been able to do a lot of things better, like lifting and bending over. Like I used to fear for like my legs popping because I used to every time like you could hear my kneecaps pop when I bent over. It was bad. And then nowadays it's like not even that bad. I still have like some back things going on, but
That's just getting old.
yeah, I'm 32. That's just going to happen with me.
So there's nothing you can do about that because I have the back thing too sometimes.
Yeah. So I try to like not overdo it on the back lifting if I can help it. But I know, again, with working out, it has strengthened it a lot compared to what it used to be. So beforehand, it was really hard to bend down and bend over and whatnot for like picking up a box off the floor or something like that. So, and then after that, it was, again, after losing 70 pounds, it's been significantly easier to like handle things at work. Like when I'm lifting rack and pinions or
because you're getting
radiators.
stronger.
Yeah.
And then you're also getting more fit. So it doesn't take as much energy to lift things. Like
And the other thing is too is that I noticed like at the gym, like so there's certain weights that like I would set my goal for. Like let's just in a hypothetical situation, let's just say like I could lift 10 pounds. And that was it. I could lift heavier than that, but I'm just saying like if I could only lift 10 pounds, I noticed then like I'm like I push myself to like lift a little bit more each time too.
Yeah.
To gain that because I know if I just stick to the same weight every time, I'm just going to get used to it and it's not going to do anything. But if I at least try to push it a little bit, even if it's by 5 pounds, then it's going to do something. I'm 5 pounds stronger compared to like the same,
Yeah.
And the one thing I've noticed too is like, so on the treadmill, for example, when I'm on there, I used to do it for an entire hour. I used to be on the treadmill for an entire hour. And I realized like what I found out through different trainers and stuff is like that's something you don't want to do. You want to at least, you actually want to do it for like maybe at the top is 45 minutes. And then otherwise I do it for a half hour. So
Is there a reason why you don't want to do it for a full hour?
I think it's just too much strain.
Okay.
And for your heart rate and everything like that. So what I do is because I used to do it and I did.
Wait, were they specifically talking about walking or running?
It was like because I walk on an incline and that's what it really was.
Oh, okay.
So because I do a 13 incline and now I do 13.2 miles an hour kind of thing. So because I
13.2
or not 13, 3.2 miles.
Oh,
Good
okay.
Lord. Yeah, I ain't no like cheetah or anything like that. But yeah, so because that's the one thing that you can do to lose like body fat is if you do the incline. Like, yeah, the walking part is good if you just do a flat surface.
Yeah.
But it's better and you're gonna see better and faster results, which I've been seeing if you do an incline. Because you're pushing yourself and you're gripping, like your feet are gripping and your legs are tightening up too when you're walking. And my calves are really good. My legs are fine. It's just I got to work on my thighs, my gut, and then my upper torso here, which is flattening out. I don't really have man titties anymore. I mean, they're still there, but like they're not as bad as what they used to be. Where like the nipples would align with the belly button, kind of bad. So yeah, and then I'm working on other things like my forearms are getting better. My what do you call them? The chicken wings are getting better. You know, they're
Yeah.
tightening up a little bit by bit, but again, it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight like what people I think that try to lose weight expect. You know, they have
Yeah, it can take years sometimes.
yeah. So, and then obviously the older you get, it might be still harder because you're at that weird I wouldn't call it midlife crisis, but you're kind of getting close to that point of
Yeah.
midlife crisis. So, I mean, I feel like I've already reached that point because I have a motorcycle. So, but that's the other thing too is like my other motivation for it was to look better on the motorcycle because I did pictures with my buddy Brian where he took pictures of me and my bike, and I
Yeah.
noticed like before it was really hard to like even sit down because my vest is a 3X, but it has the braids to like tighten it if you like lose weight or whatever. And even then, I couldn't even sit down without my belly like popping the button or anything like that. So this year, it's like going to be a lot better to do that. I think for more motorcycle pictures. And it also, my bike, I think, is over 550 pounds, if I'm correct. And so you had 300 pounds sitting on the bike before. Now you're at 230 sitting on the bike. So again, 70-pound difference. That's
And
really
you'll
good.
feel cooler when you're riding it.
Right. I won't like have my gut hanging over or like there's one picture that I have where my jeans are screaming for dear life. Like they're going to break. And it looked really bad too. And so I was like, crap, man, I'm glad. And then the only reason too I had a full beard is to hide my double chin. Because I could even move slightly to the left and right, and you could see it start to form already, is how bad it got. So that's the only reason I had a really full beard. But now I kind of keep it trimmed and thin. And I think I look better, and a lot of people have said, like, yeah, you look better with, like, a thinner beard. So I'm probably going to keep it until I get older, maybe. And
Yeah, when we get old, then we can have the big wizard beards.
exactly. And go on mystical, magical journeys. So, yeah, and then too it's just again it's a huge confidence booster. Like I'll say this, I won't say who, but like there is somebody that like I'm kind of interested in. And so when you lose the weight, you also notice that like yeah, like I got this like little bit of a confidence boost, you know?
Yeah.
So cuz
Yeah,
before
for sure.
if you're bigger, like maybe you do have confidence if you're bigger. Like, you know, some people do. They don't care. But then there's other people where they're like, if they're bigger, like I used to be, I was like, yeah, no, I don't have any confidence to ask a girl out or anything like that. Like I'm gonna be surprised if they even look at me and whatnot. But it's still in that mentality. Like even though I've lost 70 pounds, there's moments where I have that thought where I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna look at me or whatever because I think I'm big. But it's like, dude, I've lost 70 pounds. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like they may not personally know me. Like they may see me now and just be like, wow, that guy's big. But it's like, you should have seen me 70
Yeah,
pounds
you
ago.
have no idea.
You have
Right.
no idea, sweetheart. And even too, just getting in and out of my car is like really nice. It's easier
Yeah, I
So-
can imagine.
because then the seat also isn't having too much strain trying to support a 300-pound fat guy. And then just even too, here's the other funny part too. So me and my buddy Raiden, we'll go to, I've told you this story too, just like how we basically once or twice a year, we go to Chicago to see the DeLoreans.
Yeah.
And they have a whole dealership. For those of you who don't know, it's called DeLorean Midwest, or yeah, I think they're called DeLorean Midwest now, but they used to be called oh gosh, what was their other name? It was DeLorean something. And they have DeLoreans that they sell and refurbish and repair. So people will bring in, and they said sometimes it gets up to 6 figures is how much like it'll cost to repair it.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy expensive to own a DeLorean, but I still want one. So at some point, that's my goal too, is to get one. So I want one. That's my dream car. It's cool. And not just from Back to the Future, but like I've sat in one and like got to test drive one from a guy that I used to, he worked at a shop back when I was a store manager, and he had one in, and he goes, yeah, this is my DeLorean. And so he goes, you want to do it? And it was an automatic, which I want, and it's fun. But when I was like close to 300 pounds getting in that thing, and the car is really, it's weird because you think it looks huge, but it's not. It is and it isn't. And it's really low to the ground. So when the gullwing doors open and you get 300 pounds in that thing, the car already weighs over 3,000 pounds because of the stainless steel. But yeah, it's ridiculous, like trying to get in and out of that thing, because obviously you have to be careful because it's a vintage. You know, you can't just be sitting there shaking everything around and whatever, like you can in my 09 Accord. So I've noticed last year I didn't weigh 300 pounds like before we went, but it was around there. I think I was at probably like the 270, 280. So I was approaching it. It was still hard, but I know like this year when I go, like it's going to be easier to sit in a DeLorean and just chill and take pictures and stuff like that. So it'll be nice.
That will be nice.
Yes, it will.
All right. I think that's a good story that you gave us today.
Thank you.
36 minutes and counting.
Yes.
Anyway, thanks for coming on and sharing that with us, Stefan.
You're very welcome. Anytime. I got a great narrator voice.
Yeah, we'll have to have you read stories on here sometime.
This is the story about an apple and a bee. I don't know. I just came up with something.
Apple and a bee.
Apple and the bee.
Anyway, just continue down this journey of yours, and I think you're gonna be headed to the.
I will try my best.
Good. All right, thanks everybody. Have a blessed week. Bye. See ya. Love you.